Okay, welcome back. The markets are flat, but dealing rooms are still active as they have been, and our research team is here to talk about what dealing rooms are recommending in trade today. Darshan and Gargi join us for that. Darshan, to you first, and great calling, Darshan. I mean, your dealers, they recommended Century, I believe, 2 or 3 days ago. That one has done very well. A couple of others have not done too badly either. What are they telling in today's session?
Neeraj, they're talking about Biocon. Biocon came out with results late last night, and the results are very disappointing. Even profit was boosted as far as the other income was concerned, lower taxes, and margins have been very, very disappointing. So the stock is already down, but dealers are actually putting a lot of short positions into Biocon because they expect that there will be some downgrades that will come in from major brokerages. So they are actually putting a short call on Biocon. The next one is the counter which has moved very, very fast. That's Welspun Corp. The buzz on the street is some announcement regarding to the SEBI order in which the promoters in the company was banned from trading in the capital markets is likely to go in the favor of the company. This is what the street is anticipating. So there is enough buying happening in Welspun Corp. And the last one is TVS Motors. Now TVS Motors will come out with results on the 31st of this month, but you know, we believe that there are a couple of these big funds that are actively accumulating TVS Motors on the anticipation that the results will be very good. They expect levels of rupees 60 on TVS Motors.
Right, Darshan, thanks very much for that. So you can see, of course, some visuals coming in of Kiran Mazumdar Shaw, the CMD of Biocon, who will begin addressing the media on the results in a short while from now. But let's get Gargi on board as well to talk about some mid-cap counters that she's hearing about.
Well, dealers suggesting to buy.
Okay, Gargi, sorry to interrupt you. We've got the management of Biocon starting to address the media. Let's go across.
Without licensing. So when I look at the business with licensing, there is a clear decline in our earnings, where we have seen licensing income, decline from 70 crores at the net level last year to 14 crores at the net level this year. But as you very well know, licensing income, although it's a very important and integral part of our business, it has inherent periodic variability. So I'd like to park that on one side and then really focus on our business excluding licensing income. And if you look at this, I think we've had a very good growth performance in Q3 and for the first 9 months. In fact, if you look at a consolidated level, our biopharma and research services business has actually delivered 15% growth at the top line and a 29% growth at the net profit level. But because of licensing income, obviously EBITDA and profit has remained flat. Now, if you look at our biopharma business alone, it has grown 12%, and both at an EBITDA level and at a top line level. If you look at our research services business, that has grown 28%. So if you look at it overall, although we've had a pretty flat performance in terms of EBITDA and in terms of net profit, I would just like to say that this is really because we have not been able to recognize greater licensing income. And this is largely because of, event-based kind of licensing income recognition. So, what we could not recognize maybe at the end of Q3 has been pushed into Q4. So, moving forward, I think you will see greater contribution from licensing in the foreseeable quarters. But suffice to say that as a company, obviously we remain very strong. We have 580 crores of net cash positive position. All our businesses are doing well. As you know, we have now shaped our business into 5 key growth verticals. And these growth verticals are really being positioned to deliver high double-digit CAGR for us over the next 5 years. So if you look at the API small molecules vertical, which has been really our historic business of statins and immunosuppressants, this is growing very well. Again, we are focusing on emerging markets for enhanced growth for these kind of verticals, and we are also going to be front-ending these verticals through dossiers. So we are focusing on ANDAs and even 505B2s. So all that investment and infrastructure is being put into place, which, like you've seen in our research services business, will actually deliver very good long-term growth for us. If you look at our biosimilars business, which is really about both insulins and biologic biosimilars, again, emerging market opportunities are the near to mid-term, and then followed by the regulated market opportunities in 5 years and beyond. If you look at our novel molecules, you can see that we have two lead programs which are in the licensing stage. Oral insulin is under discussion. It has ongoing discussions. And if you look at CD6, the data that we have just announced has generated a lot of interest. Again, a very good partnering opportunity for us, which we hope we can license in the near future. If you look at our research services growth vertical, very good performance and continues to grow very well, and we are again on track to look at our IPO plans going forward. Of course, we will wait and watch and see what the market conditions are like, what the macroeconomic conditions are like, but we will be in a state of preparedness over the next 12 months and see when we can go to the market. So we remain committed there. And then if you look at our healthcare business, that is growing very robustly. We've seen a 40% growth this first 9 months, and it continues to deliver very strongly for us. Many of our brands are in the top 5 and top 10 rankings. In the diabetes segment, where we are very focused, we are number 4 in the overall insulin space. And if you look at the vial segment, we are number 3. Now with the introduction of Insupen, obviously it allows us to play across the vials and cartridges, and it will allow us to expand our market and hopefully climb up. So I think this is very positive news for all of us. I think Q3 has to be looked at in that aspect. So I think if you look at it with licensing income, no doubt it looks like flat earnings. But if you look at it in the context of the main sort of non-licensed, if you exclude licensing income, and if you look at that, the rest of the business, I think we've done extremely well.
Okay, that's Kiran Mazumdar speaking on the Biocon results. The stock has been one of the top losers in the BSE mid-cap space today. 3% off, 2.5, almost 3% off even right now, 266 or 267. Okay, before we go to IGL, Vijay, just a very quick check on Biocon at 266 odd. How does the stock look on the charts?
Neeraj, I expect overhead supply on this counter because this stock is looking like it'll basically get hindrance at the 280 odd level. Unless it crosses 280, I think it's a sell on rallies.
Okay, to another stock, and that is Indraprastha Gas. Pull up the stock price for you firstly. Show you what that one is doing in trade. Started off slightly okay.